the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Milwaukee Bucks as they go up against the Indiana Pacers. Taking a look at the Pacers, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. Well, the Pacers certainly have the defensive side of the game down pat. Very strong defense for them for several seasons running. The problem, Shaq, the offense, how do they make the most of their possessions?
Well, they don't have the personnel to get out and run, so they need to be very smart, especially when they slow it down. They have to minimize turnovers.
Well, to me, they're better at threes, so they got to give themselves credit.
Check. I'm from where the hammers run.
To BMO Harris Bradley Center. We are in Milwaukee, the home of the Milwaukee Bucks. And we're bringing it to you live here on 2K Sports. Well, what better way to spend a Monday night than with the 2K Sports team and the NBA? Welcome, everyone. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. You take a look at the Pacers. They're in the lower tier of the playoff contenders, hanging out at the 7th spot in the Eastern Conference.
And right now, they're in the middle of what could be the most demanding part of their schedule all season. I mean, this is the 3rd game they'll have played in 4 days. You've got to get some sore muscles and tired, weary legs when you're in a stretch like that. But not only the physical fatigue, there's the mental and emotional fatigue, too.
Yeah, certainly an additional challenge, no doubt. But considering their punishing schedule, it will take a toll. Now, they're not going to make any excuses, but we'll just have to see how they respond.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And so in the game for the Pacers, they've got Ian Mahinmi. Turner is out there with Paul George. Then there's Hill, and it's Ellis at the 2. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
For Bayless, it was his 6th team in 7 years last season. A good utility combo guard to have. He can score, he can make plays for others. He's really defined his role in this league.
Talking about Jared Bayless, some thought he would be a star when he first entered the NBA, and he certainly had his moments, Greg, but inconsistency and turnovers have kept the lid on his progress.
Yeah, well, where I like Bayless is in spot plays. You need a lift, you need a spark offensively. You go see Jared. I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense. Looky here, looky here. How about that one, that play? Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook for future reference.
Perfectly done. You put it on a platter for him. Gosh, that was neat.
And guys, how about the touch there on the finish? Really just flawless.
Pacers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And George kicks to Mahinmi. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Pacers shooting their first free throws of the game.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Bucks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Watson the pass to Miles. Stuckey kicks to Lawson. 3 seconds left. Basket is good. The assist from Stuckey. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
And now let's hear from Ty Lawson talking about the balanced attack of this Denver Nugget team.
We do have a team type of game. You know, everybody is scoring spread out, rebounding, everything spread out. So, you know, even from the bench, it's definitely a team type game.
Well, that was the game plan a couple years ago when Denver was good enough to make the playoffs and Ty Lawson was at the controls.
You know, but not enough firepower to be able to sustain with the elite teams, say like the Warriors or the Rockets. Ty Lawson, a solid, dependable player in our league, but this is still a league where you need your superstars to win rings.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And when you consider how the Pacers are doing, guys, what do you think?
Really, it's always a positive when you can get some impact off your bench.
Always nice to have firepower coming from the reserves, and they've had firepower and then some so far.
On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. C.J. Miles is out there with Allen. Then it's Lawson. Then there's Rodney Stuckey. And it's Hill in at the 5, patrolling the paint. Well, for Jordan Hill, something wonderful happened to him last season. The breakthrough he'd been waiting for on his 6th year.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, it had to do, and I think correlated with him getting a chance to start games, and it blew up for him from there. Posted career-high averages across the board.
And the Bucks making a change here. Monroe's checked in. Turner's checked in for Indiana. Ellis comes in for Rodney Stuckey. To the paint. It's deflected. Parker with the steal. And now in transition is Parker. Here we go. And Allen with the block. And George, here we go. Knocked away. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. From deep. The shot's good from Bayless. Bayless has got the lead up to 2 now for the Bucks.
And getting back to Jordan Hill, everyone had been waiting for this. I mean, greater activity, more aggressiveness, and he puts up career highs in points, rebounds, and assists.
They get it again. Milwaukee's gone 1-2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here we go. And he lobs it up. Parker with the steal. Oh, and here comes Ennis all alone.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there, because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
Allen left side. And here's Hill for 3. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. The Bucks on top. They lead by 4. And we'll return shortly.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jets. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. They had a nice burst of energy once they got to the second quarter and ended the half holding on to a 4-point lead. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
Efficiency.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Pacers trail by 4. Filling out the wings, it's Middleton and Antetokounmpo. Monroe is out there with Jabari Parker. And it's Bayless in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd. Antetokounmpo up top. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. Look at that!
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. A different look for Milwaukee. Miles Plumlee comes in for Greg Monroe. And Henson subbed in for Jabari Parker. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Turner. C.J. Miles comes in for George. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Monte Ellis. And it's Lawson in for George Hill. And guys, the Greek Freak really improved his numbers across the board last season. Giannis was up in every measurable category. except three-point percentage.
He's really improved his shooting, though, overall. The three ball still eludes him a little bit here and there. But what I like, Kevin, is his aggressiveness. That's what's making the difference in his game right now.
Outside for Lawson. Takes a three. It's blocked. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. Tyler Ennis is checked in for Jared Bayless. And the Pacers also making a change. Hill, he's checked in for Ian Mahinmi. 5 on the clock. Here's Stuckey. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
You know, going back to Giannis, he has the physical makeup and skill set to be a triple-double guy. I mean, there's no reason that he shouldn't be able to fulfill his potential, except consistency. That's the area he's got to tighten up.
And talking about Giannis, he was clearly one of the very best players in that 2013 draft. Selected number 15 overall by the Bucks. And if you looking back, to me, that's what we'd have to call a steal with the kind of player he's developed into. And still, I don't know that anyone can define what Giannis's position is. It's kind of still up in the air. I mean, he's played mostly on the wing a season ago, and thus far, maybe that could end up being the best fit.
It's blocked. Now the Pacers moving it up. Hill leading the charge. And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Ty Lawson.
Big-time basket there on the inside. I mean, he had to get that one up and over the big guy.
Way up and over the big guy, and what a time in the ball game to make it happen.
It's still.
And now your Milwaukee.
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Here's Antetokounmpo. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. They've got Paul George. Turner is out there with Mahinmi. Then there's Hill. And it's Ellis at the shooting guard position. It's Parker with the drive. Bayless's shot is off.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
The Bucks working the ball around. And the rejection by Mahinmi. And so the ball's out of bounds. Middleton touched it last. Indiana trailing here. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
Well, since halftime, Kevin, they've yet to commit a turnover. That's something they must have addressed at the break.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. 1:16 left in the fourth quarter. Good work defensively by Turner.
His shot's it's not there right now with his team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
And the call will be against George Hill. That's foul number 2 for him. .105 left in the game. Antetokounmpo, and a strong finish with 2 hands.
And finally, someone scores.
I tell you what, Greg, it's not been pretty. I'll say that much. These offenses have been really struggling.
Here's Ellis. It's good. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Monte Ellis, one of the great scorers in the game, and his team is getting his best effort right now.
And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Jordan Hill is checked in for Ian Mahinmi. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
Got sloppy in a close game. You have to take advantage of every opportunity.
George with the ball. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. George dishes to Hill. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
They had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
I agree. I mean, you would have been better off using it on the floor and not on the shot. But the foul had to come either way, so it is what it is.
It's stolen by Hill. Pass to George. Yes!
Well, Paul George has been sensational.
So it's the Bucks now. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Out to Parker. Back to Antetokounmpo. Here's Bayless. That three off the mark. Here's Indiana. A great fourth quarter. Just giving up 2 points. Down low. Hill kicks to Ellis. On the wing, George to take the lead. No good.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
That is delivering in the clutch. Just one more stop is all they need.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They trail by 2. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And it all comes down to this. Still enough time on the clock that they should be able to get a real good look.
Yeah, and in this case, you debate often. You hear guys debate whether to take a 2 for the tie or a 3 to win. In my case, with this situation, I think you go hard inside and see if you can get a good shot in close.
Timeout called the Pacers. The score is tied at 22. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. No good. It's the first that gives them the lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game. And the Pacers call time here. Guys, what's your take?
This is going to be a tough situation. They've got just enough time to catch and shoot.
So a close game sees Milwaukee taking this one. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as Clark, they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
Yep, and it might not be the way a coach would have drawn it up or wanted it to end, but these fans loved it.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Now let's take this opportunity to check out our Jordan Player of the Game. How'd you feel about his performance?
He put on such a well-rounded display offensively. He knew exactly what he wanted to do to break down the defense. Even when they made adjustments on him, he adapted.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.